Hi, this is Natalie with Tangle Artistry, and today I'm going to show you how to make an adorable reindeer ornament with a few simple steps. This is really easy. I'm not going to paint the background of my wood slice. I'm just going to leave it because I like seeing the natural beauty of the wood, so I'm going to leave it unpainted. We are going to seal it though, but we're going to paint our features first. So on our reindeer we have some eyeballs, like some cheeks, some blush, and a mouth. So I am going to paint the white part of the eye first, and that is just two big ovals. So we're just going to draw a big oval. They don't have to be perfect. Nothing in nature is. And this is our own little treasured keepsake. It's hand painted. It's your artwork. Do make sure that your hole is facing up on your ornament, otherwise you're going to be sideways or upside down. And then we're going to have our nose in the middle here. So I'm just going to put that there for a minute for reference. And then I'm going to get my black paint out, and I'm going to draw the mouth. So the mouth is just a backwards J and a J. And then I'm going to paint the pupils inside of the eye. If you have a pencil eraser, like the back side of a pencil, you can actually dip that in the paint and make circles. That works too. So something like this, if you had that, you can just dip it in the paint and kind of dab it on to make a circle. And then we're going to give them just some eyelashes with just little lines coming out. Just 3 little lines. No big deal. And then have a little red for blush, like a little rosy cheeks. So I'm just going to put a little red line over here and a little red line over here. I'm going to, actually I'm going to do one more step before I dry this completely, because these are super cute when you put just a little highlight in the eye. So now that the black is a little bit more dry, I'm going to take the back of my paintbrush, dip it in, and then just put a little dot in the eye. And then it just gives it a little highlight, makes it super cute. So we're going to let that dry really well, and then we can seal it, and then we can glue all of our little pieces onto. So while this is drying, we can make our antlers. Okay, that's just one piece of pipe cleaner. We're going to take the pipe cleaner and we're going to fold it in half. Okay. And then we're going to, about halfway up on one side, we're going to turn it like that, and then turn it back. This is one part of our antler. And then turn it up again, and turn it back down. So you're kind of making a, almost like a clover at the end. So kind of turn it, turn it, turn it, turn it, all the way till it gets back around. That's one side. So we'll repeat it on this side. So about halfway up, we're going to turn it at 90 degrees. And then this side, we're just going to turn all the way back around. And then this one, we're going to turn up and then turn back down and then come back out. Oh, I made this first part too big. It's the best thing about pipe cleaners. Look, brand new, fresh start. So I made that one a little bit too big. I ran out. So I'm going to go again. And there you have it. You got your antlers. Okay, so once this is super dry, we can seal it. Now you want to make sure that it's actually dry and not fake dry. And what I mean by that is if you had made any of your spots a little bit thick, especially when you're making the eyeballs, sometimes when you're drying it, the top layer is dry, but the bottom underneath is still wet. So it kind of has like a skin on it. So we want to make sure that it is actually dry, because if it is not dry, when we go to put the sealer on, the sealer will smear the paint and make a mess. So we want to make sure it is 100% for real dry. Once this is dry, we're going to seal it. The sealer, by the way, it is marked sealer. It is kind of like a milky consistency. It kind of looks like skim milk, but it's gonna dry clear. Just don't get it confused with the white paint. We're just gonna take it and we're just gonna paint it over the whole thing. So we're gonna get the wood and the paint that we just did. So we're gonna cover all of it. It will dry a matte clear, so it won't be shiny and it won't be white. Just be careful, go lightly so that you don't smudge any of your paint. I like to seal the edges of this type of wood too, just because it tends to flake off, because it's literally actually just like a piece of wood, like from, you know, cut down a tree outside and make slices out of it. So this is just bark of a real tree. So just like if you went outside and you could peel off the bark of the tree, this bark here, especially since this bark is dead, it's dry because it's been cut off. I just like to seal that in. And I'm gonna go ahead and seal the back too. Here, oops, I got paint in my hole. I just kind of blow right through to get that paint to clear out. You can also use like a toothpick or something to try and clear it. Just make sure it doesn't dry in there, otherwise your hole will be sealed and you won't be able to get your string through it. So if I was about to say, if you wanted to write something on here, like say you wanted to personalize it, you know, to Nana and Papa love Sam or something like that, seal it first, and you can write that on top, because if you write it directly on the wood, it's gonna bleed. And I would use just like a permanent marker, like a Sharpie. It doesn't have to be a Sharpie, but just make sure that it is permanent and waterproof, and that'll stay on there for you. If you use a washable marker, it's not gonna last. All right, so I did both the front and the back, and all of the edges, and you would want to do that for all 3 of your ornaments, or 4, however many you get. And I am going to put this on a piece of wax paper, because I did both sides at the same time just for time, but you might want to do one side and let it dry, and then you can flip it. And then these brushes are reusable, so if you take care of them, you can use them again. So you're just going to clean it in water. So after we have sealed our ornament, we can put our attachments on. So we're going to put a bow and a nose and some antlers. Make sure you have everything ready to go all at the same time, because once it's, like I said, once this glue is open, it's one-time use. So you're not going to get another go at it. All right, so I'm going to put a blob of glue right there. I can smush my nose down into it. When you put your bow on, just make sure you do not cover your hole for your ornament. I'm going to put it over here. Now it does cover the hole with that piece of fabric, but it doesn't actually cover it so that I can't use it. And I put the glue on the wrong side. Okay, And then for this guy, okay. So I'm going to put that on the back, like that, and let it dry. Oops, I got some on my fingers. Okay, so once I've done one, I'm going to let that sit so it can dry, so that the glue can do its magic, and then do your other two. And then once that's all dried, you can put your string on. So you have some rope here. We're going to take it, depending on how long or short you want it. Just keep in mind you want to make sure you have enough for all three of your ornaments. Okay, so we're actually going to fold this in half. So however long you want it, you want to double it. And so I'm going to cut it. I'm actually going to go ahead and tie a knot here. I'm going to show you, this is the trick to getting your ornament to lay flat when it's on the tree. So we're just going to go ahead and tie a knot there. Okay. And then we're going to take this side and fold it and push it through the ornament. It's going to come out the other side. Okay. And then this side that has the knot in it, we're going to put it through that hole and then pull it tight. So that way your hole for hanging is here. So then when you put it on the tree, it'll face forward, rather than if you just loop it through and then tie it, it'll hang sideways. So if you didn't know that, that's a nice trick. There you have it. There's your cute little reindeer. So I hope you had fun and made some nice ornaments. Please, after you're done, if you want to take some pictures and post it on Facebook or Instagram and tag me, I'd love to see what you made. It's Tangle Artistry. If you tag us, I'll be able to see what you made. And I hope you had some fun, and I will talk to you guys later. Thanks so much.